going on, guys? Thanks again for tuning back in. This is just a really quick update about the hive number 5. Now, if you remember my last video, you'll recall that the top box was all cross-combed. What I just finished doing today is I replaced the box. All their cross-comb was nasty. It was a mess. Unfortunately, a lot of the honey was uncapped. A couple of sections were capped over, but on the reverse sides there was a lot of uncapped honey. But this is just a video of me showing how I'm going to use the uncapped honey. I'm going to feed it back to the bees basically. I'm not going to do a crush and strain. I'm really not a honey consumer. But I got a lot of hungry bees here. Now, a side comment for myself, for notes, I did look in the bottom brood chamber. The queen cup that we saw before is still empty. There's no queen cells. Lots of frames of brood still. There's plenty of uncapped nectar. There's still honey in there. I did cut some of the drone comb off and kept the frames that had sections of worker brood. I think I got about maybe 2 or 3 medium frames in there that have capped worker brood, but I cut off all the drone comb. And let me go show you some of the comb that I'm going to feed to the bees. And I'd like your input on the uncapped honey frames. Do you guys freeze them and feed them back to your bees later on? Do you lay them all out and let the bees clean them all in one day? Tell me what you do with any uncapped honey from a cross-combed situation. That really, I mean, I guess I could extract it if I wanted to, but I don't want it to ferment. I don't want to get sick on it, so give me your input. So here's my first feeding station. It's just a little concrete bench here in the back 40 area of my yard. The bee yard is right behind the fence over there. So what I have here is a bunch of the cutout pieces. You'll see a lot of it's drone comb, and the bees are already working it. Drone comb there, but the bees will clean all that up. There's plenty of drones. I don't want the colonies to become too many drones, otherwise they're going to start swarming. This is just how I have one set up. I think I may take another frame and I'll lay the frame diagonally here in this box and let the bees clean on that too. But they're doing pretty good cleaning up all this. And let me show you the other frames. So I put the frames in this Rubbermaid tote here with a lid on it, obviously, so the bees don't rob it out. You'll see they're cleaning up the top. And then if we take a really quick peek inside here, you'll see again there is a lot of capped honey, but there's uncapped honey as well. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a frame out. You'll see this frame here, for example, has drone brood on it. So, and there is uncapped larvae, but unfortunately there's a lot of drones already, so this is a sacrifice we're going to make. Take that frame out and put it on the box. And this is just a big old mess down here. And you'll see we got some honey. So let's take this frame here. We'll walk over to the frame stand. And it's on both sides too, but you see, I think if I tried to crush and strain this, number one, there's larvae in it. Number two, it contains both capped and uncapped honey. So the uncapped honey may not be dried enough, and then that'll just ferment. So I'm going to lay this inside that box diagonally. So here's the box, here's the frame. I'm just going to go ahead and lay it right in there, just like that. And the bees will work on cleaning that up. So yep, always action here. Never a dull moment. We'll cut through my bee yard here. I'm not wearing a suit or my veil, but gentle bees haven't stung me yet. So what I'd like to know is, should I freeze this? If I were to freeze this frame right here and then feed it back to the bees, will they eat it? Or is it not even worth it? This frame here, see, it looks all capped. Like you might think to yourself, oh yeah, crush and strain that. But then on this side, you see you got uncapped. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys would do.